Welcome back, students. Now the last topic in this chapter is mushroom cultivation. So you all know that mushroom is a type of fungus, which is, some of them are also edible, but most of the fungi which you see growing here and there on the trees, on the lawn, in the lawn you might have seen, they are actually very much poisonous, severely poisonous. And the cultivated forms of mushrooms which are cultivated in India and abroad and which we are using as edible forms are three varieties: white button mushroom, Agaricus bisporus, paddy straw mushroom, and oyster mushroom. These three are widely cultivated. Now, how do we cultivate mushroom? This topic, in the scope of syllabus, it is not mentioned, but then also you need to study. If it is given in your book, you may expect anything. So mushrooms are cultivated indoors and very less land is required, and for this they have given, for example, this button mushroom, that is Agaricus bisporus, which is normally available in the market, which you are eating in your vegetables. So how it is grown? It consists of 5 parts, 5 steps are there. First is composting, then spawning, then casing, then cropping and harvesting, and then preservation. So composting, as the name suggests, we prepare a compost. As you know that mushrooms are fungi and we have studied that they feed upon dead and decaying matter. So we need a dead and decaying matter which is prepared from wheat straw, paddy straw, and chicken manure, and some fertilizers, organic and inorganic. All these three are mixed, and for about 1 week what we are going to get is compost. Then the next step comes is spawning. Spawning, we collect the mycelium of the fungi, the entangled mass of the fungi, and then we spread it, and this is called mushroom seed. It consists of mycelium of selected type of mushroom, and then we are introducing them in this compost which we have prepared few days back. Okay, then the next step is casing. In casing, first we prepare the manure, and then we lay down or we mix the mycelium, that is fungus hyphae, and then after that we cover with a soil, layer of soil. We spread a layer of soil, and this process is called casing. And this is important because if we will spread the soil over it, it will give support to the mushrooms. Secondly, the layer of soil, it will prevent the compost from getting dry, and it will maintain temperature and provide humidity also. Okay, then next is cropping and harvesting. Then after few days, what you will observe some buttons, white buttons coming out. These are the button mushrooms. So at this stage they are cropped and harvested, means they are plucked. Then mycelium will be seen growing out, and tiny pinheads are seen, and when they become up to the size of button, then we say that they are fully grown. We are taking them out, and after that we are preserving. These mushrooms, they get perished, they get damaged very quickly because their life is very short. Okay, so what they do is they pack in the, you might have seen in the polythenes, that transparent polythenes, those are already vacuum cleaned, and they treat them with radiation so that there are no more germs inside them. Fine. And then they have described that mushrooms are very, very important because they have and they are rich in nutrition. They contain many vitamins and minerals such as niacin, pantothenic acid, and biotin. All these are important vitamins and minerals, and these vitamins in mushrooms are well retained during cooking. So fresh mushroom contains about 95% moisture, 3% proteins, and 4% carbohydrates. Okay, so because of this they have high nutritive value, and we should consume them in our daily food. Now let us see this progress check. Which is the most common variety of cultivated mushroom? So you will write cultivated mushroom is button mushroom, or you learn its if you want the name, that is Agaricus bisporus. This one, Agaricus bisporus, or you can also write white button mushroom. The next is what is meant by mushroom seed? Means adding, here mushroom seed means adding mycelium of a selected type into the compost which is prepared, that is called spawning. And then third question is What do you mean by the step casing? Casing means spreading a layer of soil over the compost. So now let us revise the review questions. First is multiple choice. Production of ethanol occurs in one of the life processes of yeast. Which one of the following characteristics is found in all fungi but not in all bacteria? In all fungi have a cell wall. So please tick mark fungi cell wall. Then bacteria are referred to as prokaryotes because they do not have a true nucleus. Option D. Yeast is used in production of ethyl alcohol. Now very short questions. Tick the correct statement or statements. All mushrooms are poisonous. No. All toadstools are poisonous. Some toadstools are poisonous, or some mushrooms are edible. Some mushrooms are edible. Now answer, short answer type. Where can be mold Rhizopus be easily found? Most easily found. Obviously, it will be found on bread. Why is it generally advised that every living room in the house should get direct sunlight? This is a repeated question we have done in the previous part. That is because direct sunlight contains ultraviolet radiations and they can damage or kill the germs. To kill the germs. Describe the role of certain fungi in industrial production. So here you describe the role of fungi like yeast in baking industry and in wine production, that is alcohols and wine industry. It is given in the book, you can note down from there. Mention 2 useful and 2 harmful effects of wine. So if they are asking 2 useful effects, you can write that wine, if it is taken in mild quantities, note down in mild quantities. First point, it will act as stimulant, it stimulates the body, and secondly, it can help in improving the digestion. And harmful effects will be when it is taken in large quantities, it can cause various diseases in the body, especially liver cirrhosis. We have studied the disease damages the liver, so liver cirrhosis. And another you can write, it may cause other body ailments such as high blood pressure and certain other body ailments. It can affect your nervous system, so anything you can write down any two. It causes liver cirrhosis, high blood pressure, nervous system. So 2 of the points you can note down. Then differentiate between saprophyte and parasite. So you already know saprophyte is the type of mode of nutrition in which the organisms derive their food from dead decaying matter, whereas parasite are those organisms which live in host body and derive their nutrition from their blood. Okay, so from the living host, they derive nutrition from living host, they live inside their body, and saprophytes from dead decaying matter. Aerobic and anaerobic respiration with regard to products. With regard to products, in aerobic respiration, what are the end products? Aerobic respiration, we get carbon dioxide, water and 38 ATP. This also I have explained you. And in anaerobic respiration, we are getting alcohol, end products are alcohol and carbon dioxide and 2 molecules of ATP. Decay and putrefaction. This also is repeated question. I have told you decay means complete breakdown of organic food and there is no smell, foul smell does not comes out. And putrefaction is the incomplete breakdown of the dead decaying matter and emits foul smell. Then this exercise D is completely 3 questions are repeated questions, so we have already discussed. Then exercise E, structured application skill type. Here the question is, if you leave a piece of moist bread uncovered under a small bell jar at a warm place, mold grows on it in few days. Fine, means if you have taken a bread piece and covered it with a bell jar, then you will see that bread mold will appear. So now answer these questions with respect to this part. How did the mold get inside the bell jar? As mold is present everywhere, it is present in air, it is present in water, everywhere the spores can be present. So, or already they were present on the bread, so they will come inside also, bell jar also. What would happen if the bread was not covered by bell jar? If the bread is not covered by bell jar, then also mold may appear. Mold may appear, but it will take some time. Means after few days. It will appear after few days time. But if you cover with bell jar, so bell jar will provide humidity and moisture. So due to that, mold will appear faster. Within 1 day or 2 days, it will get bread mold. But if you remove the bell jar, then also there will be bread mold. But slowly it will appear after 3-4 days. What would happen if moist bread was placed in a refrigerator? Then bread mold will not appear because in refrigerator temperature is very less, 0 degrees or less temperature, and the spores are damaged, so they will not appear. What appeared first on the bread, the mycelia or the spores? Mycelia appear first, then mycelia, when they grow slowly and eventually they will form the spores. How does bread mold obtain nourishment, and what type of nourishment is it? Bread mold obtains nourishment by causing breakdown of bread by releasing enzymes. It is also mentioned in your book. And which type of nourishment is it? It will be saprophytic. As you know that fungi are saprophytes. Saprophytic nourishment. Then the next question is, write in proper sequence the 5 major steps in the cultivation of common edible mushroom. So here you have studied first step composting, then spawning, then casing. You can note down here and just one line or just the names are enough. Then cropping and harvesting, and then last is preservation. Then comment on the following. Denitrifying bacteria are a blessing as well as a curse to farmers. See children, denitrifying bacteria, we have studied in the topic of bacteria. These are those bacteria like Pseudomonas which convert the nitrogenous compounds, break down the nitrogenous compounds and release nitrogen back into the environment. So how can we say that they are harmful also for the farmers and they are useful also? So here they have given no. So when we talk about they are good for farmers, they are helpful to farmers because they will prevent the over accumulation of nitrogenous compounds, because what they are doing, they convert the nitrogenous compounds back into atmospheric nitrogen, nitrates back into atmospheric nitrogen gas. So this way there will not be overdose of nitrogenous compounds in the soil. Otherwise, if these bacteria are not present, maybe there are a lot of nitrogenous compounds and only those plants will thrive well, will survive better, which absorb nitrogen, and others may not grow properly. So they maintain the balance. And they are harmful also, harmful because they will always be causing the breakdown of nitrates and converting them back into nitrogen. So soil may be deficient. If soil has nitrates, they may all be, if these bacteria are more, then all those nitrates will be converted back into nitrogen gas. So we can say that both ways they are helpful also, they are not good for farmers also. Helpful because they will keep a check on, there may not be overdose of nitrates, and they are harmful because if they will convert the nitrates in nitrogen, then the soil may lack the nitrates. Fine. So this was all your question answers. Yeast is used in bakeries and breweries. So again same question, because yeast has a wonderful phenomena, that means it can cause the fermentation, as I explained you again and again. And that fermentation, because of that fermentation, yeast is used in baking industry, because this carbon dioxide causes the leavening, the rising of the dough. And due to this ethanol, it is used in wine industry. Fine. And this question also we have done. would there be any bacteria in an aquarium? Yes, I have told you. So here they have shown an aquarium. How many kinds of animals can you make out in this aquarium? You can see from here. Name any two such. These are the fishes, then there are plants, then maybe beetles, some insects. Do you think there would be some bacteria? Yes. If so, in which part of aquarium would they be occurring in abundance and what for? Obviously they would be occurring at the bottom here, because here the dead bodies will be lying and they would be causing the breakdown, as bacteria are saprophytes. Okay, so revise till here. Now we will start the next chapter and hope you will study nicely. Thank you.